Namaste, Cyrus says. And before we introduce lovely Aisha Chinoy, we have to quickly mention that this thing is getting to all of us, this lockdown. Me on the side of anti lockdown, and of course, lots of people are for lockdown, so the fight will continue. But in the meantime, I got to tell people in my lane, Little Gibbs Road, where the poor live, Malabar Hill, can you stop just shutting those stupid fat gates of yours all the time? I don't get that whole gate thing. Are you keeping the virus out with those open bar gates of yours, which you shut in this aggressive manner? I don't understand the symbolicism of that. Who are you stopping? Whoever has to come in comes in any case. So it's just aggressive. And I think it's unnecessary and it's just paranoia and anxiety being heightened again. So this is my request. Leave the damn gates open. The virus will get you or not get you. The gate has nothing to do with it. That being said, Dr. Cyrus will move on to a very interesting person. One of my favorite people or types of people are people who are, multifaceted and have different sides of their personality. Relationships can last longer, in spite of what she said to me offline, because they've got so many different things about them, as against a one-dimensional person who say just likes painting, and that's all they can talk about, which is my wife. Initially, I was upset, Aisha, as I introduced you. I was upset because your name is Aisha, my wife's name is Aisha, and I say that with a lot of trepidation after 20 odd years of marriage. So I had to practice before starting the show that I will not falter. Now, if your name was Pooja, for example, it would have been so easy for me. Pooja, Pooja, Pooja. Hey, Pooja, what's up? But I can't do that. So I'll just go, if I stammer and stutter and sound like a poor man Shah Rukh Khan, who is in fact Shah Rukh Khan, please, I apologize. Well, welcome to this crappy show of ours, and thank you for giving us your time and for sending us your book of poetry to the bravest person I know. Check it out. There you go. Oh, okay, maybe here. All right, we'll come to that in a second. I'll ask only one question about the book first off, which is I read a bit of it. To the bravest person I know is to you.
No, I mean, it should be technically, but unfortunately, nobody's ever written me a book so far. So it's to my brother, who runs the agency with me. He's 8 years younger than me, but I won't tell you
Wow.
what his age is.
So much for the
Um,
anchor doing his homework and knowing what he's talking about. Another moronic moment in Cyrus says. Aisha, you'll be pleased to know you will never feel you're with such an inadequate anchor again, whoever else you speak to. All
you're
right.
just self-deprecating, Cyrus. That's what
Oh
I'm
no, I'm
telling you.
not. But I don't want to be too pretentious about the poetry thing. I'd rather. I know you shouldn't be telling us everything, but that also sounds. Don't you think that's a bit? What is it like? When you don't want to work, so people say, "Give me the reference. What does this mean?" What after some time, that's also wrong, isn't it? To be
No,
mollycoddled by the poet.
no, but I think that it has so many levels of interpretation, right? All this micro poetry and stuff. And I think that it's a little bit more dark than Rupi Kaur, just a little bit.
All right.
So sometimes my posts have been banned from Instagram because
Wow.
yeah,
We have a
yeah.
rebel on our vegetarian podcast.
Yeah.
A wild animal, a predator.
You should have seen what I wrote yesterday after the Kumbh Mela.
Well, whatever you wrote, I endorse it. Okay, because I'm pretty sure it's what sensible people would do, perhaps with a nice turn of prose or phrase. Yeah, we'll come to poetry. We'll come to do a lot about that. We have to talk about that. But your life is, as I said, multifaceted, multi-talented. So let's celebrate it for a second. You began. Let's go that. That's not here. Your childhood is not there. So let's get a bit about where were you? Bachpan mein, where were you exactly?
So grew up in Delhi, was in
Ah.
the famous modern school Vasant Vihar.
Modern school. You're the
Yes.
first spoiled kids with the mobile phones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. I
right.
know. I'm friends with every politician's son, every Marwadi businessman.
And both
Yeah.
opposition and present
Yes,
sitting
yes,
government. So that's just
yes,
fabulous.
yes.
Yeah.
And then I was at LSR doing economics. Went on scholarship to Cambridge. Did a second economics degree there, but I did that in 2 years. And then I went to the London School of Economics for an MSc
Wow.
in finance and economics. And then I was an investment banker, with first with UBS and then Credit Suisse, where I was handling leverage investments for a long time. And then I did this writing course in St. Martin's School,
Which is
quit
where?
banking. So Central St. Martin's in London.
Oh. You're
So
talking
started
to me and
writing.
Silvery, he's not been out of Powai and me out of Malabar Hill in 40 years. So, just help us through it. Yeah. Because St.
So
Martin
then
sounded like something where we would have grown up for a second because we have the similar sounding schools
St.
all
Martin's
over
coffee
India.
shop.
Something like that. Yeah. And
So I did this course, went nuts, decided to quit banking. My husband, then he was my live-in boyfriend, also decided to quit, which wasn't a great idea because you had these two young investment bankers come back to India, think
But
that
had you
any
made your money by
business,
then?
we'd made a lot of money, which we burnt completely within the first 3 or 4 years of coming back. Started the first dating website where only women could send friend requests.
Ah,
So it was Bumble, but back in 2009. So we kind
Bumble
of missed the
fumbled.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bumble fumbled. It was called Date Dosti, and basically there were like 5 lakh men on it within the first 2 months, and
Yeah.
3 women, of which 2 were my now husband and 1 was me.
Oops. Huh.
So and then we started India's first wine investment fund, but all the FDI rules and stuff that changed. So by the end of it, I was 6 months pregnant, broke, wanting to divorce my husband, but thought not a good time. And I started this agency, which is now kind of 300 people, and in Delhi and Bombay and Bangalore, and you
So
know,
that let's get that right now. So you had a first successful avatar, very successful. All corporate stories, start to finish, all good. Winning
yeah,
things along the way, winning accolades. Getting the right points in your
yeah.
brownie points, if you want to call it that, as well. And then the professional life was good. Investment banking, you did well. Your partner did well. And then a few wrong investments, which sounds ironical. Being an investment banker, the
Yeah.
investments went south. But that's really interesting. So then you come back after that. Generally, most bankers we know are done one way or the other in their 30s. But you then come back and you reinvent yourself with a digital marketing agency, Rep India. So where did the idea come from when you were down in the dumps?
So this is somebody, and nobody's ever asked me this, and it's quite nuts. But there was a politician who was illegally staying in one of my parents' properties, and when we Googled him,
It's almost
it
a
said he.
romantic story. Yeah.
It really is, always is. So we Googled him. It said nothing. Like it was like, oh, this guy is wonderful. And then I thought, what the hell? Like, the truth should come out. And then I started thinking of search engine optimization and started reading a bunch of books and all that. And I always like to write. So between writing, entrepreneurship, and all this, I felt like digital marketing kind of made sense at that time. Again, I regretted it many times in the middle, but yeah, that's how it happened.
So would you say that's really courageous and you need that, or would you say it's a little foolish that you're good at something, but you turn your back on investment banking and things like that, and you say I'll try my hand at something totally different, which basically you're not experienced at.
The non-politically correct answer is we were the dumbest Fs in the world, me and my husband. Like even now, sometimes we're sitting there and we're like, we look at our last bonus slip in London, and then we can't speak through dinner to each other because we think one of us should have stopped the other person, right? We both went boom into it. But then you can't look at life like that. I mean, you take these big risks and it panned out, right? He built the company with me and went back into private equity. And I'm doing this and writing and doing lots of projects which you hear about, for kind of changing the laws that are regressive against women. So I'm going to be launching some of that soon also. So it's worked out,
All right,
the
let's.
stupidity has worked out.
Well, I don't know if that's true, but I don't know what the right word is. But you see that in sport as well. Luck belongs to the brave, fortune favors the brave. All these phrases, but there's something in it. There's something in it where people just seem to have much larger kahunas at a point in their life. Where if you look back and reflect, they probably would be more conservative about decisions. But at that point, it's like it's almost like you're actually unstoppable, despite it not being the best period in your life financially and otherwise. I don't know. Maybe it's like a spiritual thing where you just seem to have the power that you have only then and because of the situation, and that
Yeah.
propels you.
Yeah. I mean, I went to astrologers, and I mean, I don't admit
Who
this to
never
most of my.
predicted COVID?
Yeah, they never did. They never
Yeah.
did. But they did say to me, "आपकी marketing energy कुछ और ही है." So it did put that into my head. I remember. So
Suggestion, auto suggestion. But I think we can't give too much credit to bloody astrologers. You're very much a self-made woman and thrice over. So let's now move a little bit to one question before we go to the poetry, which is you won this prize, which was awarded to Amartya Sen as well. So it's very prestigious in the world of academics. Obviously, idiots like me have no idea, except I've heard the name Adam Smith. Adam Smith Prize at Cambridge University, no less, which was won once by the great Amartya Sen. Well, what is that prize, and how do you tell us about it?
So it's a prize that's given once a year to the graduating, somebody who graduates from Cambridge in economics. And there are various. I mean, I got a start first, and I think out of those people, maybe one looks at the essays that they've written, the quality of essays, if there's something different, even the dissertation. I'd written a dissertation, so I think that they kind of evaluate a number of factors and then give you this prize. Of course, that prize is what I was, walking around with in my head when I was failing as an entrepreneur, saying, "But I won the Adam Smith Prize."
You could have won an election in Calcutta right now, just with the fact that you're the successor of Amartya Sen. We just have to put that prize out there, and
I should speak to Maua Moitra, my friend. I love her speeches in Parliament.
Yeah. You're one of those rare politicians.
She's also
that are nice to look
banker.
at. Is she? Yeah. Isn't it? Don't we have a collection of really not good-looking politicians? And then so she's like a breath of fresh air. I hate to bring it up because it sounds a bit Me Too-ish, and we've already discussed a few of our common friends. But really, but considering that our whole career is looking at politicians, what they have to say, sometimes I just wonder.
No, but we should be allowed to compliment people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Arjun Rampal is good looking, right?
Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. So the world is not equal. All right. So now let's come. So obviously this Rep India did really well. You've got all these big clients. In all the bios, Burger King comes in first, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way. But Burger King abroad, not so much here because they don't allow us to eat certain, meats, and which we can't. Aisha, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, which is very good in our country. We should not do all these things. Yeah. All right. So now you said you were writing all along, and obviously you were even in university, etc. That side of you was very much there. So when did you think in your head, okay, now it's time for me to say what I have to say and put my thoughts on paper and push them out there?
I think mostly a nervous breakdown during the lockdown caused that to happen. So I think it just kind of all just splurged out. I kind of, it was like a panic vomit, and it just came out on paper. And then within 2 or 3 months, and I put it on Instagram. And I, even though we work heavily with influencers and all that, I generally found the term influencer and stuff. It started grating my soul, but I still put it out there on Instagram with just words. Like I try and stay away from any photos and the whole objectification angle. Even though I got to tell you, sometimes I'm very tempted, for another 15,000 followers, So I suddenly started writing, put it out on Instagram, suddenly got like 30,000 followers. One of my best friends insisted I send the work to Penguin. And Millie, who heads Penguin, literally said to me, "Yes, Millie."
Aishwarya.
Millie said to me, "Let's, look, first, Millie is so professional and cautious." She said,
she's so positive also.
She's the best human being.
Yeah,
so initially she called me and she said, "Hey, I want to tell you, a lot of time micro poets and quotes don't, very often we haven't published them." And I was like, "But what about Rupi Kaur? She sells a lot, and blah blah blah, and all these women, Nikita Gill, who I really like." And she said, "Yeah, well, we'll get back to you." And of course, me being me, thought, that's it, it's over. And then suddenly I get this email from Millie saying, "Listen, my team just went nuts. They loved the book. They loved every page." And boom, and then they published it. And it's this virus. Like, I think at this point I've sent so many free copies to so many people who have corona and who are alone, that I'm almost kind of spending my salary at Rep India sending my book out. Not the best marketing strategy for my.
Oh, you never know. It's got to be out there one way or the other. That's suddenly it changes the game. But just so this is the first book.
This is the first book, yes.
But you had Instas up where you would put a thought here and thought there,
yes,
which was in some sort of prose form, which was a collection from your collection in your mind.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I do that every day. I write something or the other.
Okay, so it's not. It's just collection of thoughts. There's no one is going to another kind of thing.
Yeah, this was different because I went through all the myriad of emotions and life and anxiety and it covered everything at the end of it, and with a single message that bravery is so many things and normal is so many things. But the ones that I put out there, it depends on my general mood after reading the newspapers, which is usually bleak. Yeah,
but the question to ask here is that all along you were sending out your thoughts or whatever, but now that you want to put a collection together, is it Is it about certain people? Is it like a separate, more personal sort of thing, as against an Insta where you're
Definitely.
just talking to the universe?
Definitely. I think that, um, a lot of poets and a lot of micro poetry is about heartbreak or just love. And I think there's a lot more to life than just love in terms of your one romantic relationship. And I feel like people don't often write about that, right? So one of my favorites, which nobody talks about, is Save Your Silence for the Funeral It Caused. Because I feel like most people are too scared to speak, including me, to be honest, most of the time. And so, I wanted to write about absolutely everything in a prose format, including, anxiety and depression, which we just don't talk about, and bind it together to say that it's normal. In obviously, its writing's always personal, so a lot of the shit is extremely personal, and gets me into a lot of trouble, various people. But
Do they can they
it was,
identify themselves, the people in your
yeah,
life?
yes, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, my brother's come out of it well because he's the bravest person I know. Uh,
That's a pretty positive. I mean, that's like a tribute. My
yeah,
worry
yeah.
is, when you use words like you, is it about a particular person? If I'm asking too much, please stop me. I don't want to. I understand that some
Oh,
things don't have to be shared. You didn't have to be something for us to be nothing. For example, is that about a person, and is it like a
so
critique?
I think it's about the fact that whenever you have a breakup, right, people go into this guy was an asshole, she was like this.
Right.
And I think you always say somebody has to be something. So it's, you don't have to be something for us to be nothing. We could have been perfectly reasonable people who just didn't get along.
Right.
So that
No,
was my own, but everybody takes it differently, right? That's the beauty of these kind of.
yeah, true. But what's the guy's name?
there's a whole list. Kidding.
Listen, we'll sell this book really fast once I get some names and lawsuits going. Huh? Are you the kind of person, I won't say grudges, but you remember relationships from the past, not necessarily love relationships, but whatever, where you felt betrayed, hurt, unhappy?
Not at all. I mean, what's ended up happening, in fact, is I have this terrible tendency to do a lot for people, but then I have a very sharp tongue and a decent sense of humor. So I end up saying something pretty atrocious, maybe in a moment of anger or whatever, and I laugh loudly, and it's not funny, right? But it's funny to me because I'm so pissed off, and it's happened many times that I've done
Are you saying you
good
can be
shit for.
quite mean?
I'm saying that I have in the past during work, for example, sometimes we set things I don't quite mean, and it's not off the. As a banker, you could get away with a lot more of that. As an entrepreneur in a creative industry, you've got to be much more careful, and it's which is fair, right? You get older and you realize that what you say can affect somebody in a way that you don't mean for it to affect somebody. So it's just better you shut up. So I've been through that, but I completely forget, right? Like I completely forget. So after that, I'll meet people and I'll go, to hug them. Well, not anymore anyway.
Yeah.
But they're like,
And not in
you
Delhi.
once said, yeah, definitely not. You're like, you once said this thing, or she was a tough boss, whatever. But I have a lot of, I think generally with my relationships, great relationships, because open, don't remember, forgive easily.
Oh, that's good,
Yeah.
because I was thinking, do you keep score? I know a lot of people around me growing up and all that, they keep grudges, especially would do a similar thing. I'm not saying we are similar, but I would do a similar thing, as in perhaps push down somebody or make fun of them or whatever, and then not think of it later. I'm friends again, but the other
Yeah.
person doesn't talk to me forever, and
Yeah, the
then
grudges are not
the,
not from my side. That's exactly right. Like I
I'm
don't
not
remember.
excusing us. I'm just asking if that does that come back to you, and you say, let's just say that you had a friend called Raju, and sorry, Raju is the name that came to my head, and then years later you're trying to set it right in your poetry or in some form or whatever, and because you remember. Sometimes I think these things just come back to you when you're thinking, like it's not like you purposely remember.
No, I think the stuff that comes out with the writing sometimes is when you haven't been able to say it to somebody. So some of that is usually parental stuff, unfortunately. But otherwise, I feel like you also, if you're a sensitive person, you kind of imbibe what other people are going through. So, for example, luckily I've never been through infidelity, unless of course I don't know what my husband's up to.
Yeah, never say
You know,
these
who
things.
knows?
Why would you do
Who
that?
knows?
Put
You
pressure on
know,
everybody. Yeah,
maybe he's secretly logged into some other
yeah,
site, you know, instead of
yeah.
watching
That
this,
that
for
first
example.
site you all started for only women. It's
so
rocking. Yeah.
so yeah. But I could write it because a lot of my friends have been through it,
Hmm.
right? So I think that, you know, not some of it is personal, of course, but a lot of it isn't.
No, but empathy is empathy. I don't know why there's no definition that one has to go through the exact same thing to
Yeah.
empathize. But on the same page, I'm just trying to find if there's, isn't it strange how we started and ended like strangers? Is this now talking about, but this is, I think this is like really spot on philosophy. And it's really scary how some of us, we have intense relationships, but then again, when they end, they aren't the people who will attend your wedding or your big events or parties. So many friends we've had with intense relationships, and they've played a stronger role in your life, but then they're gone. While the
Yeah.
medium level friends stay forever. You don't
Yeah.
really break any bond with them, but you're never really close to them. But they'll be at every event, every funeral, everything. And there's something wrong with that, you know. I think this is spot on. Isn't it strange how we started and ended like strangers?
Yeah.
You want to take us through?
I mean, that's it. It's what you said, right? I think that with the intensity, often comes a lack of ability to communicate and to readjust your relationship, or talk about your expectations, or talk about hurt. And it's just awful. Like, you know, often even, you know, I had a very bad tendency in terms of breakups at, you know, university, where I wouldn't be able to do a easy breakup and just be like, listen, you know what, you know, it's not working out. I'd like break up. I was the sort of person who would break up on text message or whatever it was, because I was too scared of.
Where was the poet then?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God,
You know,
yeah.
I was scared of really talking to somebody who, you know,
Confronting.
about, yeah,
Yeah.
confronting, right? And the thing is that these are people who are great people, and a lot of them I'm still friends with and have become friends with again. But you know, I feel like we just don't make that effort when there's been a great relationship to go back. And sometimes when we apologize, you know, I had a work disagreement with an old friend recently, and you know, he went nuts about work, and you know, and I just went back later and I was basically apologized, and he's like, why didn't you apologize earlier? And I was thinking, because there was such a shitstorm that was created that at that time I didn't feel like anything I would have said would have, but it was great because we went back to having you know, at least you know, we wouldn't stab each other in the
That's a bit.
street type of
I have a
relationship.
bone to pick with the guy. Instead of saying okay, whatever, and letting it lie, he's saying, "Why did you do it earlier?" This is so Indian male.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, I think that, you know, the kind of hurt people feel just varies,
Yeah,
right? I
but
mean, it's
once
like
a
you
person
said.
apologizes, they've taken the sort of higher ground. You don't need to make them grovel after that. You don't have to say why not
Yes,
earlier and later.
yes,
You have to now say,
yes,
okay, the pipe is on. Let's smoke
yes.
it. And
I'm good at groveling, though. I've got to tell you, I've learned the hard way.
fair
You
enough.
know,
I
clients,
think just be true to yourself, right?
agencies,
Yeah,
yeah.
to get the bill passed. That's a different story altogether. This is India. What can we do?
Yeah, yeah,
People used to take Rottweilers to client meetings just for that.
yeah.
Um, Yet then there's some on some pages they're much longer. It's like a freestyle. Sometimes it follows like just 4 lines, 2 lines, and sometimes it's a pretty long sort of iambic pentameter, which I'm not familiar with. I found the letter you wrote me when you left. Your eyes confident, leaning forward, crowding out the U's, C's curled like our bodies in bed. So you're now critiquing his writing style, which is telling us about the person. Sorry, the
No,
way.
we're just saying there's a letter, and then
Mhm,
it's the alphabets of letter are talking about the relationship.
mhm.
And then it's saying, I don't know, you know, what page are we on? Because I
It's
don't
on
even remember my own
73.
poetry.
No, and I'll tell you, it goes exactly what you said. Distance between the letters growing, filled with words unsaid. So it's like
Yes,
a metaphor for the relationship in the spacing of the letters, I presume.
yes,
And blotted letters washed with tears. Love a four-letter word signed with fear. So this is
yeah.
personal, obviously. This sounds very personal.
So I've got to tell you, so this is the kind of, this was funnily enough, just a friend had broken up, and her boyfriend had left her a letter, and I just kind of picked up on that, and wrote this. It's literally like that.
Yeah, but your eyes, confident, this selfishness, etc. Oof.
Yes, yes.
So do the
Even
do the
crowding out the use because you crowd out the other person in the relationship.
hmm, C's curl like our bodies in bed, of course. No, it's for somebody, some other couple, so could they identify it?
Uh, I don't know because I think a lot of times people don't even know I'm kind of writing with their story in my head,
But if
you
this
know.
lady is privy to the fact that there was one letter which she shared with you, and that letter caused a lot of, damage in her emotional status and etc. etc.
But, it's wonderful how few people read these days.
Well, they listen to podcasts. You may have to write a letter to her soon, and keep your eyes small. Okay, listen, there's lots of fascinating stuff, a lot of interesting stuff. Um, there's one or two which is single lines. So I'm just asking you again. Again, you don't have to tell us more than you need to.
Of
What,
course.
was I just a typo, for example?
Oh, that's my general feeling about my life.
Was it suddenly low self-esteem or immodestly trying to be? I mean, I'm just asking.
I'm with you. I mean, I think, yeah, I think if you've had a slightly maybe dysfunctional childhood, which is obvious from the earlier part of the book, I think that one does end up suffering a little bit from a lack of confidence. Boundaries aren't defined, reactions are often, over the top, etc., etc. So I very often, um, at different points where there's a lot of, of course, we hide it well, but been a lot of self hate. So it's something my husband and my brother and my best friends have really tried to.
Are
Um,
you honestly saying that you sometimes suffer from self-loathing or whatever? Because I mean, you're a self-made person. You've resurrected yourself 3 times
yeah, I
already.
think you go hard, when you have that feeling, right? That people, I remember very long ago, a friend of mine who's a psychologist at Chelsea in Westminster. We were having a conversation, and he said to me, people believe in positive, affirmations and moving forward by saying, I can do this. And he was like, but it's very interesting. A lot of people are kind of like, you're a fucking idiot. How couldn't you do this? So that's the kind of person I am. If I'm like, such a loser, you couldn't win this pitch, or that was
That's
such a shitty
that's
idea.
sledging. That's sledging yourself, Aisha. That's almost like a coach in your head. That I totally accept because you sound more like a person to do that. But to think that
Yes.
you'd be fragile
Oh,
at this point
yeah.
in your life,
Extremely many times have suffered from, kind of quite a severe low if things have happened in my life, etc. Which, of course, I bounce back from.
you're
But
not afraid to explore yourself in terms of what you're thinking and feeling. You're not one of those people who rubbishes anything. You allow your thoughts out.
I too, I've tried different things, right? I went into therapy. I've done yoga and meditation and the works. So,
You,
so for me, I
your
feel like whatever works works. You got
what's
to
your
do
decision
different
on
things.
therapy?
I think it's the best thing ever.
Do you
I
find
mean,
the
one of my therapists fired me because I also introduced her to my husband and my brother, and she said it was getting too complicated. So
Oh,
she broke
I
up
thought
with
it's
all of
easier
us.
that way when they have like almost all the units.
Well, the funny thing is, it was really interesting because she said we were like, I was suffering from abandonment issues, and then she kind of abandoned us. So, I
Sorry,
got to tell you
sorry.
that
That's not even funny.
that therapy
That's
went
ridiculous.
that
Hmm.
therapy went kind of
But do you
AWOL.
think you suffer from
Um,
abandonment issues?
like there's some things I know I suffer from, so I definitely know I suffer from boundary issues. Very often I jump into people's lives to help them. They haven't asked, and there I am standing outside their door. Of course that works madly in my favor sometimes because of my relationships, my friendships. I mean, they're absolutely insane, even with some of my colleagues.
But
So
if I may say so, I think it's a fabulous gift. The fact that, especially amongst Indians, that you self introspection is not complicated in the sense that you don't, selectively self introspect. You just let it flow. I think that's why you're able to write what you're able to write and perhaps ruffle feathers, including those around you. And with the Kumbh people you don't really want to know. Um, no, but I think as an artist, don't you think that's important that you're able to free yourself like that and just say, okay, today I'm feeling horrible and this is what I think. and it
Yeah,
comes
I
up.
think, I've got to tell you, I think a lot of people ask me what I think bravery ultimately is. And I think bravery ultimately is honesty. And I feel like honesty is saying, look, this is where I'm doing a pretty decent job. This is where I've been an asshole. So, pardon the French. And this is where I think I need to change. And this is how I think I need to change. And this is what I want to change in the world. And I'm very clear about that. So, even with the book, I was very clear about the fact that it's helped a lot of people, right? So I got a letter from Amitabh Bachchan congratulating me on the book. I went nuts when I got it. And I promised myself I wouldn't act like a typical fan, but I
Why
just went
not?
crazy. And then, the likes of Bipasha Basu and stuff shared the book, and a hell of a lot of people. But the real things that got me were, there was an Iranian carpet seller who made a video for me in an internet cafe in Iran, because the internet was obviously an issue there.
Correct.
And read out some of the poems, and actually put his name at the back of the book, Hassan Mahmoodi, because I wanted him to feel involved and special with the whole thing. So there was Shabana Azmi on the one hand, and then there was Hassan Mahmoodi, and some of the people I've met in my life who I'm close to. Those are the words that kind of really meant something to me. So I get these messages all the time globally. From, there was a chick called Diana Karyub, and she lives where she lives, Bahrain. She's from Bahrain, and she's always engaging with me, saying that my words kind of lift her through various moods or various struggles. So that is why ultimately I'm doing it, because you know money, frankly, that's why I work 14 hours a day at Rep India. In terms of my relationships, I have my relationships, but I feel like this stuff, like, you write shit and sometimes it really makes a difference to that one person who needs that one line. And then that's the fun of it. That's the beauty of it.
So that's your therapy in the end. You don't need anything else.
That's
You
it.
just release your stuff
Yeah,
and
that's
it
it.
touches people and you feel better about
Yeah.
yourself, or you just have a cathartic sort of effect on your own self sometimes.
Yes, that's it. I mean, it's
But that
bizarre.
doesn't mean
You said
everyone
this,
should write. There are a lot of people who are just horrible. Or they should write and just leave it somewhere where no one can see it.
but some people shouldn't
Yeah.
even speak,
Yeah.
like Arnav,
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. No,
So,
I understand. The mirror
yeah.
is right here. We understand. We get your point, oh poet. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, Aisha. When we come back in a second or two, Silvery will join us and there'll be AMA questions and we'll discuss the
Ooh,
Kumbh Mela with you
okay.
in a
Okay.
second. Silvery, our break is done.
Hey, hi. Good morning. Good morning, Aisha. How are you doing?
Hi.
All right,
Isn't it nice?
let's.
Aisha's got
Yeah.
this. She's like in the Rajdhani first class coupe, or whatever it's called. I
Yeah.
can see the, the Battle of
Right.
Panipat
That's
being.
because you haven't seen my spinning bike right behind my chair.
Where's the spinning? Oh, yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah. Look at the size of that room, Mr. Bombay. Yeah, we can put 7 relatives there just now. Not
Yeah.
miss them. Yeah.
Pretty
That's the
cool.
difference between Bombay and Delhi, though, to admit.
I keep telling them,
Delhi's got
I'm such a big
space.
Delhi fan. Yeah, because it's got a lot of. There's nothing bad about Delhi except late night if you're a girl and you want to walk around and do stuff.
Except for the people, it's a great place.
Well, I've had some good times also. I don't think I wouldn't do that.
The
Uh,
food is so much better for
there are
sure.
horrible people
Without
Oh, the
everywhere,
doubt.
food
Aisha.
is great. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're
food
right.
is much better. The dairy
Yeah,
products are
for
much
sure.
better. The milk is better. Don't start me off. I'm one of those
Sounds like
guys.
you
The
want
Wherever
to
I
pollution
live
am,
is
here,
also better.
Cyrus.
the grass is greener. No pun intended.
First floor's empty. I can get you a great deal.
My cousins were in Panchil Park, but they won't give me that flat, bungalow, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Do you have any relatives, Silvery, in Delhi?
I'm originally from Delhi.
But do you have
Like I
any
spent the first
property?
7 years. Not anymore. No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
damn.
Now we don't. We used to
Suddenly
have, but
not.
now we sold
Cyrus is
it.
suddenly not interested if you're in
Yeah,
Delhi or not
Yeah.
anymore.
unbelievable.
Sorry, Cyrus. You can't stay at my
All
place in Delhi.
Anybody with Delhi roots will have something in Delhi left, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, talk to
No
Aisha.
court case. Maybe a court case left in Delhi.
They must
Maybe
have
a
they
court
must have
case.
lost it, hence they reached Mumbai. Right. Sorry, go on.
All right. There are two questions to start off with. Asking what happened with the politician story. What happened to the politician?
Yeah,
You
Oh,
were staying at your parents'
so
which launched part two of your career. So
yes, so he took the case all the way to the High Court, At which point the High Court judge was like, listen, you're claiming that they had an oral lease agreement with you, but they've come to court against you. So clearly the oral lease is over. So what the hell are you wasting our time for? Get out. And then my parents actually filed also for damages, and that has also gone through. So, yay to the Indian justice system.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
Silvery, this wasn't your family, right?
No, no,
The dates
luckily.
may match. The dates may
Oh
match.
shit! It was an uncle. I just remembered. Oh damn it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So those two questions were from Hyperbole and Tarun Kaushik. They both asked about the politician. The next one comes in from Subodh Dohare. He's just a comment. He says, from investment banker turned to an emotion banker, a truly must-read book for motivation and inspiration and inspiring thoughts to which anyone can relate to. So thanks so much for that, Subodh.
It's also a little
Please
intimidating
recommend
because
it.
her life, and she's, not even halfway through it, already successful in fields where people really struggle to see success, many of them. Once, twice, and now with the poetry, you could say three. That's a lot. A lot of pressure. Do you want to do more? Are there more things you need
Yeah,
to explore?
I'm actually getting on a call today to launch something very insane, which I'll tell you about later. Otherwise, my brother will kill me.
Okay, can I ask you, that doesn't put any pressure on the husband and people around you? That,
They
you're
do
a
keep
bit like an
telling me to slow
overachiever and
down. Yeah, they keep telling me to slow down very often because again, I'll take things like I remember there was a period where when the book, like I wasn't seeing enough press on it, and I told him it's obviously a shit book, and he was like, Jesus, just
just write
like
another book about that.
they just run away, now. Even my best friends, they just don't want to hear it. They feel like I'm lying to them or something. I'm just speaking utter crap. They're like, are you making this shit up? So
That's why we discussed offline the Hassan Mehmoodi and Dinah, somebody, forgive me, I forget her
eh,
name. The stranger friends are the easier friends.
yes,
You know,
yes,
it's just this easier relationship in
they
many
believe
ways.
you. They believe
They
you.
believe you, and there's no lena dena sort of situation
Yeah,
at all, which helps.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to find myself some friends I never see. God, that's the secret to success, young man. Silvery, learn from us. Come on. Huh.
Yeah,
Go
totally.
ahead. Go ahead. Next.
Okay. Next one again comes from Hyperbole. It's just a funny comment. He says, "My banker is super mean. He always tells me, abhi lunchtime hai," which is just funny. Uh,
But
okay.
it's not just the
That's an
bank.
issue with private bankers, though. I was an investment banker, so that there's a very different sort of.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. Yes.
Yeah. But
Okay.
go on.
Sorry. Please go ahead. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, uh, the bankers who don't deliver also, I think he's talking about public sector, really, which has not changed that much over the years. Just the Kumbh Mela story, can we squeeze out of it quickly before you go to the MAs?
Yes,
Because,
please, please.
so what was the, obviously some sort of satirical remark, fair enough.
So, no, I mean, I've put a lot of poetry out there that questions things because I remember even when there's criticism of, any foreign comment on Indian politics, I
Yeah,
remember that it
Rihanna,
really,
yeah.
yeah. And I remember writing saying they were
Wow,
people first and they were our people second, because I
right.
think that is the way to see it, right? They're
Absolutely.
people first, and then I'd written another one recently because it really bothered me how vitriolic things are becoming. And I'd written saying, justice doesn't seek revenge, because I get the feeling that very often people are, using
Settling
different,
scores, yeah.
yeah, they're settling scores as opposed to serving justice.
And coming back to that
Um,
Rihanna thing, I mean, really, in the global world we live in, we're going to take out a, civil unrest over the fact that a lady from Jamaica or West Indies or wherever is now commenting on India, and that's wrong.
I mean, I
I mean,
just
have
find
I
the
not
whole
commented
thing.
on
I
America?
mean, everybody's got a lockdown except if you're, a
No, no.
naked
What happened to free speech? Just
man.
because
Yeah, like, if you're a naked, orange chaddi wearing man, then the lockdown doesn't apply to you.
it's
I
white
just don't
chutney,
get it. Yeah, yeah, you're
symbolically
right.
orange. But I saw the pictures of the bath, and somebody
It
sent
just was
a
like,
they sent a picture of all these guys bathing 28 lakh together and wearing their langots, excuse my language. And the joke was the masks have been worn in the wrong area
On the
because
wrong place. Yeah, wrong
it looked
place.
exactly.
Guys, you guys have worn your mask too
Yeah,
low.
yeah. I mean, that made such sense. It was
I
not.
mean, it
Yeah.
was the most natural form.
Yeah,
It was like Durex should have done an ad on that, right? The condom sales have gone down
yeah.
because
Also, the
it
only
just,
men, huh? Point to
yeah,
note.
man. I mean,
But tell me one thing,
Anyway.
nobody, again, we discussed this yesterday, the elephant in the room, so to speak. No one is calling this out. Here in Maharashtra, now in Delhi, all have gone into a weekend lockdown, etc. Here, everybody's scared in middle class society, okay, and upper middle class society. But you have 28 lakh people bathing on a Monday night, 32 lakh together on a Tuesday, wandering around, very few tests being done, etc. That's just nobody's calling it out. No politician is standing up on a platform and saying, "What the hell's going on? How can this happen?" Forget
Yeah, but
religion and all. Just
everybody's
from
scared, right?
yeah, but you know, I
Let's
mean,
face
that's
it.
then why tell us anything?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I mean, you could
everybody is scared, and
well,
frankly, I find all religion and all religion gatherings a little bit. I mean, earlier it was the Nizamuddin gathering that just started the phase in Delhi.
supposedly,
Now
yeah,
it's the bloody Kumbh Mela.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
Really,
It's
I think we
just
have to
and the
a
yeah,
little India has to be sliced out now for non-religious people like us, because we have to just
yeah.
quietly allow all this, but in our heads we're thinking, are you, I mean, really, this beyond an intellectual capacity of a human being to accept this up beyond a point? Silveri, will you join us in the non-religious India, the NRI
Uh,
community?
yeah, will it be secular India? Then yes, it
Well,
makes
it's
sense.
non-religious, so by that, of course, we'll find
Should
other
be.
reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Short people will
Yeah,
be, not allowed in the
yeah.
building.
You're not atheist enough.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that Eddie Murphy, stand up where he goes to heaven and he's so happy there's no racism. They're all green. Then he goes to the bus stop and the conductor says dark green behind, light green in front.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh God.
next one.
All right. Next one comes in from Sid DA. This is a fun one. He says, Aisha, which is your favorite Chris Martin song?
Oh my
How,
God.
how does he know? He's researched her.
I just recently, so I'm obsessed with Chris Martin. I've seen all their shows,
But how does he know?
literally all over the world. I have no idea. But
Oops,
he
you've
probably
got a stalker.
realizes I've got good taste. He realizes I've
No,
got
no, no.
good
It's too much
taste.
of a coincidence. He pulled it out of the hat. No way.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
there's a few. One of my favorites is Green Eyes, Coldplay, which my husband plays the piano and the guitar incredibly well, and we very often sing it. Of course, Yellow, and the recent one that really kind of touched a chord was Daddy.
Which is what
Yeah,
they call Kejriwal.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but I'm a little worried about the guy in the sense that possibly harmless, but how does he know? He'll only know if he follows you properly. That Chris Martin is a big deal in your life, etc., etc. How does he know that?
Yeah,
So
maybe I did a reel recently with using Chris Martin's "Fix You" for a song. That could be possible.
yeah,
That
got to
could
be
be.
there's got to be something.
yeah,
My
something. Yes.
my negative mindset is already out. Can't think good of anybody. Yeah. Shall we next?
All right. Next one comes in from Ritik Rawat. He says, what does Aisha think about cryptocurrencies, especially Dogecoin? Also, could you
That's
suggest a few investment/economics
what
books that
the,
should be read?
what does he think this podcast is
It's
about?
like, yeah, just full on.
She's turned her back on investments. Huh?
Yeah, I think that. Look, I'm kicking myself that I didn't invest in Bitcoin earlier.
You're not worried the
That's
whole
where
bubble will burst, but
no chance. But that's what so earlier. So I would have actually bought into it a while ago. But then investment bankers are the most conservative often on investments, having seen the markets. In terms of current investment opportunities, I think that you should invest in this book. No,
how much
I
is
have
the
no
book?
idea. It's 250 rupees.
So it's a nice investment to give to someone you
On
love. It's a more meaningful gift than something silly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really believe that. Every single person I've given it to has thanked me and thanked me for not being in the, not having their lives displayed in the book.
Although there are lots of people mentioned in your thanks note or introduction,
Yes,
and
yes. Lots
are
of my friends.
they friends? Are they? Because
Yes.
the first four names, Ari, Ivan, Archit, and Ishan, are not
Oh, so Ari and Ivan are my two sons.
okay.
And Archit's my brother and Ishan's my husband.
Ivan is spelled with an I, but
Yes.
Ivan. Okay, and Nanika and Nazneen are the professionals, I presume.
No, Nanika is my best friends of, Nanika and Gauri, the designers.
Oh,
So we grew up together. And Nazneen is somebody who I met through work, who is just one of my closest friends. She literally went through every single piece in the book and is. I mean, I don't know how to
you think other
describe what
friends will
she's.
feel bad? It's like when you
Yeah, but
choose one,
I've mentioned a whole billion of them in the acknowledgements to make up for it.
you think that'll be good
Yeah,
enough?
yeah, because this was just acknowledgement. This was just the dedication. So this had to be like people who every single day were basically
Fair enough.
doing
And they
something for
contributed
me. That
to
no,
the
yeah,
thoughts that made this book
exactly,
more than your entire
exactly,
life. Yeah. Okay.
exactly.
You're off the hook, Aisha. You answered well.
Cyrus, nice try, huh?
Yeah.
Getting me
No,
into trouble early on a Friday morning.
no need to involve Kapil Sibal yet. We're good. Yeah. Where's Suhail, by the
All
way,
right.
now that you mentioned him? Is he in Goa? We haven't seen him for a long time.
Sohail has, I mean, at least from his Insta, has the best life, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
Um,
he's never suffered. That's fair enough.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But is he
So
living in Goa?
he is in Goa a lot, but he comes back to Delhi also.
Yeah.
But
And
now with the lockdown, I haven't seen him.
no one in their right mind if they're somewhere else will come back to lockdown city. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young man, what else we got? AMAs?
Yep. So next one comes again from Sid DA. He was the one who asked about Chris Martin. He says, Aisha, which things of Ma Anand Sheila have you found the most inspiring? So yeah, this guy, has he been following you?
He's following you. He knows about you.
Yeah.
Are you
He knows
Rajneesh
you like your taste.
Ait or
I
something?
got to tell you, don't know enough about her, but what I find incredible about her is her honesty. It's just the way she's come out and spoken. It's just incredible. I mean, we need more people like that in the world.
This is post that whole Oregon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But she's out there, good or bad, take
She
it or
was
leave it. Good on
running an
her.
empire.
Yeah.
But is that someone who influenced you? Again, he's asking a question where
No.
comes from left field. Why Ma Anand Sheila? So this one he got wrong. He just put a name there.
No, I think might have been, I don't know if it was a Penguin Connect that I endorsed, like
Because
something. I
they
don't know.
released her book. Right. Did they release something of hers? Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Okay. So this guy is he's smarter than we think. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
damn
might be
smart.
the CBI. The ones
Maybe
who
it's
actually.
my husband trying to make this a more.
What's the name again?
My husband might be
No, the
just
name.
under a fake profile.
Yeah.
So his
What's
name
the
is Ishan.
what's the handle?
What is the
Sylvie,
handle?
what was the handle?
I don't know.
You just read his AMA out.
Oh, okay. Sid
Sid.
DA. Sid DA.
Spell it
Sid
Sid
DA.
DA like district.
Sid, like like Siddharth Sid, then
Huh?
space, then DA. District attorney, like DA. I don't know.
Ishan, Siddharth. It's two disguise. I don't get it. I don't think it's him. Yeah. All right. Think
Alright.
of more romantic thoughts. This is some guy who's in love with you. Okay,
Yeah,
you
sorry.
got your husband. This is allowed. You're not crossing the line here. Come on. Sylvie,
Alright.
next.
Yeah. Next one is Sachin Jangam asks, what's your go-to Bollywood movie? If you have one.
Oh, I mean, yeah, lots. I'm unfortunately a huge old films fan. So, and when I also say old films, I mean Amitabh Bachchan. So I'm obsessed with Namak Halal and Sholay.
Good. My generation. Movies I
Yeah.
know. Thank God.
Yeah.
Ah,
So Namak Halal, Sholay.
We know them inside
later
out. You
on,
can say
Dil
anything now.
Chahta Hai. Later on, Dil Chahta Hai.
Slipping. Going out of the radar.
I even like, you won't believe it. I even
Where's
kind of like
Oh.
Thappad, which I saw.
Hmm.
It was quite cool. And then, of course, we went on to Netflix and all that, right? So Hindi films started to suffer.
Oops. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true, actually. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, for example, Hindi films had a much bigger sway. And now
Yes.
it shares space with cricket and everything. It's not
Yeah.
easy. And right now with the COVID, it must really almost like a death blow to cinemas. I haven't
Yeah.
gone. Have you gone to a cinema in the last, 1.5 years almost? Ouch. What's
Plus,
happening?
generally, I haven't been
I-
going for a while because the last time I remember I went in, when I went in 2009, once I got H1N1 from when I just come back from England
Huh.
from the cinema.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've generally been a advocate of masks and sanitizers for a while, to be
Ouch.
honest.
My worry was that they just charge you too much and the movie sucks. And the best moment is the popcorn. And the thing is, I have a young daughter and I have to keep going and buying things and getting up to my
Yeah.
seat and going
yeah,
back. And,
Yeah.
it was just too much of a chore. Once I was so
Yeah.
drunk, I remember I had to see a movie called Thunder. No, Brave, The Brave. Some animated film at 9:30 in the morning on a
Pixar,
Sunday.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know how I survived that. I was just like and then just what, some bear turning
No,
into a girl?
I generally find Netflix is a great option for the whole family in
Yeah.
separate rooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, made your point. Put it in the book. Put it in the book. Disguise your thoughts well. We're all good. Yeah. You think your friends are a little scared of you now that you've written a book of poetry and it's a little open and out there?
No, I mean, my friends unfortunately are not scared of me at all.
But they appreciate this side of yours, the candor.
Yeah, hugely. I mean, I think also a lot of kind of people who've been through stuff have seen that side of me where they've kind of just seen this person who's got a sharp tongue, is kind of jovial and funny, and so then they see this side and they're like, oh, okay, you get it. So I think that is something that um, a lot
It's
of
like a
people.
karmic theory, Silvery. The yin yang, the balancing it out, whatever you want. Chalo, do we have time for one more?
Sure, we just have a couple of comments
Hmm.
which are very complimentary. Lovely Lavina one says the book is a true inspiration, helped me in many different situations. Okay, very cool.
Wow.
Uh, Also, then Hitesh Jain asks, which is your next book? Are you going to write? Thinking of writing? Are you going to write another one, Aisha?
Hitesh is my friend.
Oh,
He
Hitesh.
Yes, so yes, I'm thinking I am currently actually I want to write a series for either Netflix or Amazon. So that's in my head. I know exactly what it is, and I just have to pen it down between 5 and 6 in the morning when I have time.
All right, very cool. And okay, this one is a slightly loose question. It's comes from Deep Randhawa. He says, "What is the biggest inspiration for you, Aisha? Biggest motivation for you, Aisha?" Okay, Cyrus, I think got disconnected. He'll just be back. But what is
Yeah,
the biggest
the,
motivation for you?
the biggest motivation for me is to be able to change the narrative in people's lives a little bit. So, for especially in terms of women, for a lot of women to feel stronger, to feel more support, I think that's a huge motivation for me.
All right. GP says, getting the vaccines tomorrow. Wish me luck. Have you gotten the vaccine, Asha? I don't.
No, I'm below 45.
Oh, okay. That's not what I'm asking. Maybe you had to
Only.
go on a shoot or something. I don't know. So Cyrus already got the vaccine. Our boss Amit Doshi also has already gotten the vaccine. So yeah. Subodh Dohire says her book is trending as the bestseller in motivation category. Don't miss to read it. Okay, very cool. And last, Sid DA has a comment. He says, Aisha, you look strikingly similar to Navya, Amitabh Bachchan's grandkid. Have you ever gotten that?
Oh, wow. Listen,
I don't
whoever
know.
this Sid
It's
is,
just,
he should definitely, he's
yeah.
saying all the right things.
Okay, this is very interesting. We'll end with this. Tarun Kaushik asks, uh, I think you already talked about it a bit. He says, is it wise to keep in touch with your ex after breaking up? Under what situations should one or should one not do that?
I've got to tell you, I'm not the authority on relationships or exes, but in my own life, I think it depends on um, the human being. So, if your ex was a lying, cheating, patriarch, then I would say best avoided, good riddance. But if your ex was a nice person who you just didn't get along with, but they can still be friends, then yeah, of course, wonderful, be friends with them. So it depends
Yeah, I
also how your
absolutely agree.
present relationship, how your current
Yeah, correct. Our
partner,
current
yeah,
partner is,
yeah,
yes, correct.
yeah.
Yeah, very true. Sorry, Sai is just trying to call me. I think his internet must have crashed or something, but he is not picking up now. Okay, we'll just hang on for a second. Otherwise, we are done, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people follow you online, Aisha?
So I've got my Instagram handle, which is just Aisha _Chinoy.
All right. Okay, please follow her, guys, and please check out her book, To the Bravest Person I Know. Um, Sorry, I think Cyrus, yeah, I think his internet just crashed.
That's
Sorry, guys.
okay.
Thank you so much, Aisha, for joining us. This
Thank
was such a lovely
you.
episode. Thank you, everyone on the on the live stream. Please like the stream. Please, it helps with the algorithm. Please share the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and please review us on Google and Apple Podcasts because that helps a lot. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely day.
Thanks, Antaresh.
See you all soon.
Thanks.